Like, if you're doing fentanyl, you might as well be playing Russian roulette. For real. Like, that's exactly what you're doing. You're playing Russian roulette with your life.
Like, I cannot express adequately with words how powerful fentanyl is. I took a hit. It was a real quick. That's when I overdosed. They told me that they injected me with 4 doses of Narcan. The first one didn't work. The second one did not work. Third didn't work. Fourth one didn't work, and then my heart stopped. There's 23 minutes of my life that I was out. I was not existing in this world anymore. If you think you're above being addicted to fentanyl, I think you're wrong. I know you're wrong. I think it's a matter of time before you will die.
I'm in my early 20s, I have a great job, I'm going to college, I'm gonna have a great career one day. I'm just experimenting, right? Now I'm using meth, right? I'm staying up all night, I'm in the casinos, I'm stealing. There is no such thing as recreational drug use anymore. So any single time that you pick up any substance, there is the potential that there's fentanyl in there.
My daughter, Kirsten Yamaoka, she's beautiful, smart, talented, educated. We searched for her for 5 days. She was in her car in Idlewild Park by herself. So yes, she did die March 1st, 2017. It was her birthday. She was 21. And she was all alone.
The phrase "one pill can kill" is 100% accurate. We got a call for an unresponsive male. There was nothing that we could do as medical responders. His heart had stopped, he had no brain activity, and he was a 25-year-old man. When you looked at him, he was strong, he was healthy, he had a family, he had all the things ahead of him, and it was a mistake. The pill looked exactly like a real Vicodin. It was the same color, it was the same shape. All of the different things out there that could get you high could potentially be laced with this super strength fentanyl, and any ingestion of it could be fatal to you.
Over the last 5 years, we've had many encounters with fentanyl, to the point where I've had an encounter almost every time I come to work. The most notable one for me is a very young man at a house party. His buddies gave him some drugs to relax. As far as I had been told, one of the first times. And he experienced an overdose, and he had a prolonged downtime. We very quickly recognized signs and symptoms of a fentanyl overdose, rapidly administered Narcan and provided immediate aid. And we were able to get, to resuscitate him to the point where he was breathing again, but he had sustained non-recoverable brain damage from being down for that period of time. Fentanyl has infiltrated every level of our community. It takes less than 8 minutes for a healthy individual, a healthy young person, to sustain permanent brain damage.
Last December, I was the paramedic on an apparatus in Sparks that responded to a 10-month-old, had a pulse, but was not breathing at that time. We noticed the baby was showing some signs of a narcotic opioid overdose. So at that point, we gave Narcan to the child. The baby was starting to wake up and breathe on its own and had an active cry. Blood tests showed that the 10-month-old did in fact have fentanyl, meth, and methadone in its system.
I never thought it would happen to me. Like, as a kid, I was like, oh, those people are not like me. I'll never do that. I'll never even like touch it. That's disgusting. And then like, I was one of those people, like walking down the street with a backpack, like with no money in my pocket, trying to get food, like, and just doing a lot of stuff that I never thought I'd do.
He really hid it from us well, and he was way worse than we even could imagine.
Mm-hmm. And it started with pot and drinking. Cannot even believe that it escalated the way it did. And then the next thing we knew, he was getting in big trouble where the cops were getting called and he was being arrested.
There's a lot of times I wanted to die, and like, I didn't care what happened to me. Nobody's really safe, so the only thing to do is stay away from everything. Like, it's not cool to do drugs.
Hello, I'm Sparks City Attorney Wes Duncan. As you've heard from these heartbreaking stories, fentanyl overdoses are destroying our communities. And because fentanyl can be laced into so many other drugs, and not just pills, the chances of encountering a potentially lethal dose has greatly increased. If you're a parent, you must be talking to your kids about the dangers of fentanyl. If you think that this can never happen to your child, you are wrong. If you're a young person, I'm asking you to please don't risk your life by taking drugs. Fentanyl is everywhere. If you're at a party or with friends and they have offered you any illegal substance, a pill, something to smoke, snort, inject, or take in any way, please don't risk your life. If you think you are taking a safe drug and you can't overdose, the stories in our community tell you otherwise. Fentanyl is dangerous, and your life means too much to take that risk.